I'm tired of my ex-husband's wife wanting to be my friend just because he cheated on us both. I don't understand why I'm in this situation, and honestly I'm frustrated because even my own family tells me I'm the bad one here. I just need to vent and I don't need any advice or somebody telling me do this. More than 17 years ago my ex-husband cheated on me with a woman I didn't know but she knew me. He left me for her, our only daughter was a baby, and I just moved on with my life. I'm never going to fight for a man who makes immature decisions without first thinking about the consequences. He married that woman, I went on with my life preferring to have a healthy co-parenting for my daughter. He never showed remorse, and he had even told me that ours was always a mistake and that woman was the love of his life. That helped me to realize that he's a total stick and I don't need a man like that in my life. Now, he cheated on her, and for some reason this woman, who always had a really cold and distant relationship with me, is insisting in trying to talk with me every day. I found out about the infidelity from my daughter, who wasn't affected by that, so I didn't think too much about it. The only thing that worried me was to know if he was going to be able to continue having our daughter at his house on weekends as always. But his wife started sending me messages explaining what happened when I never asked her that, and in the past I only spoke to her if her husband didn't answer my texts to ask something about my daughter. It's obvious that she needs to talk about it. It doesn't matter if I answer dryly because she sends me long audios talking about it anyway. I mean, I understand that she needs to talk about her husband's infidelity and blah, but why me? I don't want to be rude, but I don't care how she or he feels. In one of her audios she says, "You know how I feel now." Like, I guess? But that was 17 years ago, it's not the same. And if I'm being 100% honest, she can't compare herself to me at all, a woman who has just given birth to whom her husband tells her that he has been cheating on her for a long time with another woman who is not boring in bed and does know how to value him, vs a woman who always knew that her husband is unfaithful and decided to marry him anyway. Anyway, I've tried to ignore her as much as I can, but even when I talk to my family or friends about this, almost all of them told me things like, "Oh, but she must feel lonely. But she wasn't to blame for being the other one. I think you should be more empathetic. We all need someone to talk to," or my favorite one, "She's not to blame for him being a cheater. You should understand her because she needs help." I understand that she is not to blame and he's the cheater, but a totally adult woman at that time decided to marry a man she knew was sleeping with her while his wife was pregnant, so why should I now carry the weight of helping her when she never helped me by telling me, "Hey, your husband slept with me and that's really shitty because he's married with you." Or that's what I'd do if a married man flirted with me. Now, if she didn't do any of that, then why is it my duty as a feminist to force myself to be her friend? It doesn't make sense, and the worst thing is that almost all the women around me tells me that I should help her and be her ear when I don't want or feel empathy for her or for him. I think she and he knew very well what they were getting into. I don't understand why I should be her free therapist now. Being cheated on is not my whole personality. I don't need to talk about that 24/7 with her. I just chose to ignore her, and that's what I'm going to continue doing because I just don't care how she feels, even if I'm a bad feminist for not feeling empathy. Sorry, my first language is Spanish and I wrote everything pretty annoyed. Edit. No, I can't block her because she's still living with him and I need to have her contact in case of an emergency with my daughter.